Threat modeling frameworks, a structured approach to identifying and mitigating security and privacy risks in AI deployments. Now imagine this. You are leading a project to deploy a generative AI assistant in a healthcare company. Everyone is hyped, but just before launch, someone asks, "Hey, what if the model leaks patient data? What if a hacker tampers with the responses? What if we are audited and can't prove we secured it?" Suddenly, your dream project feels like a legal and technical minefield. Most AI teams don't have a structured way to think about threats. They rely on gut feel, and which is like driving blindfolded. You won't see the crash until it's too late. But here is the good news: we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Cybersecurity experts have already created frameworks like Stride and Linden that help teams systematically identify risks and plan defenses. Stride, on one hand, gives you a simple, structured way to think through six types of threats in your AI workflows. Linden focuses on privacy risks, vital in today's world where compliance and trust can make or break a business. By the end of this lecture, you'll be able to take any AI workflow, whether it's training, inference, or deployment, and map out risks step by step using these two powerful frameworks. Alright, so let's dive in. We'll start with Stride and then move to Linden. Starting with Stride, applying Stride to AI workflows. So, Stride is spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privilege. Think of it like a detective's checklist. 6 questions you ask about your system to spot blind spots, and that is all. Number 1 is spoofing. Identity theft. Can someone pretend to be another user, service, or even another AI model? For example, an attacker fakes credentials to access your interface API. The mitigation: strong authentication with API keys and OAuth and multi-factor verification. Tampering, data or model manipulation. Can someone alter your training data, model weights, or prompts? For example, injecting malicious instructions into a fine-tuning dataset. The mitigation: data integrity checks, versioning, hashing. Number 3 is repudiation, deniability. Can users deny their actions, leaving you with no audit trail? For example, an insider alters prompts but claims they didn't. The mitigation: logging and non-repudiation controls. Number 4 is information disclosure, the leaks. Could your model accidentally or intentionally reveal sensitive data? Example, LLM revealing parts of its training set. The mitigation here would be differential privacy, response filtering, and output validation. Next is denial of service. Can someone overload or shut down your system? For example, flooding the chatbot with millions of requests. Mitigation: rate limiting, resource scaling, and monitoring. Number 6, elevation of privilege or privilege escalation. Can an attacker gain more power than they should? For example, using prompt injection to override admin only instructions. The mitigation could be role based access, layered prompts, and zero trust controls. Now, how to use Stride practically in AI? Draw your AI pipeline: data ingestion, training, deployment, and user interaction. Now, for each step, run through Stride. Write down threats and immediate countermeasures. And here is a mini activity for you. Pause for 30 seconds and think. If you had a chatbot in finance, what would tampering look like? maybe malicious financial records. And that is the power of Stride. It forces you to ask the right questions. And next is Linden for data privacy in AI. While Stride focuses on security, Linden zooms in on privacy. Perfect for AI since we often handle sensitive data. Linden is linkability, identifiability, non repudiation, detectability, disclosure of information, unawareness, and non compliance. Let's break it down. Linkability. Can data points be linked together to reveal private info? For example, linking anonymous chat logs to a specific user behavior. The defense would be tokenization and pseudonymization. Identifiability. Can you re identify an individual from supposedly anonymized data? For example, model inversion reconstructs personal info. The defense would be differential privacy or strict anonymization. Third is non repudiation. Does the system store logs that could expose users unfairly? For example, chat history logs being subpoenaed in court. The defense would be limit retention, encrypt logs, and clear consent policy. Fourth is detectability. Can attackers detect if certain data was used in training? For example, membership inference revealing a person's presence in training data. The defense would be privacy preserving ML and access controls. Fifth is disclosure of information. Can sensitive information be leaked? For example, AI output revealing trade secrets. The defense is output filters, redaction, and policy enforcement. And sixth one is unawareness. Are users unaware of how their data is being used? For example, training a model on user prompts without disclosure. The defense is transparent consent notices and clear terms. The last one is non-compliance. Does the system break privacy laws or regulations? For example, GDPR violations, cross-border data transfers without approval. The defense is legal reviews, privacy impact assessments, and compliance audits. How to use Linden practically? Take your AI data pipeline. For each step, run through the 7 Linden questions. Document risks, especially around PII, customer trust, and compliance. So, here is the big picture. Stride helps you look at AI systems through a security lens. Identity, tampering, leaks, denial of service, and privilege abuse. Linden helps you analyze privacy risks from identifiability to compliance. Together, they give you a complete threat modeling toolkit. No more gut feeling security. Now you have a structured, repeatable way to spot weaknesses before attackers do. So what you need to do is pick one AI workflow you are working on. Could be training, fine-tuning, or chatbot deployment. Run Stride. Write down at least 2 threats per stage. Run Linden. Write down 2 privacy risks. And that's it. In 20 minutes, you will have a threat map that makes you 10x more secure and compliant than most AI teams out there. Because here's the truth. Attackers are creative, but with Stride and Linden, you'll always be one step ahead. Wish you best of luck.